welcome back to my channel and the final video here of 2022 and my Vlogmas. How did you guys enjoy the Vlogmas? Are you like fully sick of me yet? Because God, let me tell you, I'm sick of me. I don't know if I'm gonna take like, I don't know, like a week or two to just kind of like chill because 31 videos, surprisingly a lot of videos to film. Yeah, it's weirdly a lot. So I might take like just a quick breather for the first part of January, but I will definitely come back with all my regular content. I just want to let you guys know if I miss a few uploads at the beginning, like, don't worry, I'm fine. I'm just tired. So for today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about my New Year's nail resolutions. I've done this the last 2 years on my channel, and I figure, like, let's keep it going because I like doing this. I'm gonna recap the 3 resolutions that I set at the beginning of 2022 and like let you know if I met them or not and why or why not. And then I'm gonna set 3 more resolutions for 2023. I like to set goals like this in like pretty much every aspect of my life, whether it be health or finance or my other hobbies. I just like doing sets of 3 goals for each, and then I break them down across like 12 months or however long I want it to take. And I just chip away at it bit by bit. And then if I finish something early, I just throw in a new goal. The only thing I don't set a goal for is YouTube, social media. I just feel like the second I start saying like, I gotta have this many subscribers, I gotta make this much money, I have to have this much reach, it just won't be fun anymore. And like the whole point of this is enjoyment. I never set out doing this thinking like, oh, YouTube's gonna be a source of income for me. So it's just like not something I consider too much. Like I like to look at the numbers, but I don't want to benchmark myself in that because I feel like that'll make me go kind of bonkers. So let's start with this past year, 2022's goals. Did I achieve them or no? The first goal was I wanted to do more nail art. I set a goal of doing at least 2 nail arts a month. And I definitely achieved this, but I also definitely did the complete bare minimum with this goal. I literally did exactly 2 nail arts a month. I posted a video of me like talking about all the nail art I did throughout the year, so I'll link that in the cards. That was like 2 days ago when you're watching this. But I set this goal in mind, like thinking this will encourage me to do more and it'll help me set aside the time and then I'll find my joy in nail art. And I gotta say, I didn't. I really didn't find that joy. I always dreaded the time leading up to, I was like, I gotta do nail art today. I gotta do a nail art today. Oh my gosh, it's the last day of the month. I gotta do my second nail art. And when I'm actually doing the nail art, that's fine. That's fun. I enjoy it and I love to do it. It's the whole like leading up to that I don't know, I get this sense of dread. And it's like, it's paint, Hillary. Like it's just paint. There was only one nail art I did this year where I was like, I should just do a nail art, like a spur of the moment. And that was in December. That was December 1st. Other than that, everything was kind of like planned out, or at the last minute, I was like, oh crap, I haven't done my second nail art. I need to do my second nail art. So I learned that even though I did achieve this goal exactly within the parameters that I set for myself, it didn't have the effect that I had expected it to. I thought that this would make me want to do nail art all the time. And I didn't. I just want to stamp. Like, I want to stamp all the time. And stamping is nail art. That's not what I'm saying. But when I was doing nail art throughout the year, I was trying to, at least at the beginning, do a variety. Like, mix it up, like, have some variation, try different types of nail art. And I learned from that project that really all I want to do is stamp and put stickers on my nails. And I'm okay with that. Goal number 2 was to swatch every single thing that came in for the year of 2022. I've had a goal to build up my swatch library so that I want to have a picture of every polish swatched on my hand, just because there's no reason. I just want that for me. And it helps with videos for sure, because then I don't have to do as much swatching before a video because I already have the swatch library built up. But ultimately I just want it because I do. I was very consistent with this and I was doing a really good job right up until Polish and Beauty Expo. Up to that point, I had swatched every single thing that came in. I especially was using those for my monthly hauls. I wanted to have everything swatched to show you guys because just showing a bottle swatch, I mean, it's fine. Like, it's nice, but it's also nice to see it swatched out on the nail. And so I know that's my preference at least. After Polish and Beauty Expo though, it was a sharp downturn. Like it went south really fast. I got so much at PBE that it was a little bit overwhelming, this goal. Not the amount of stuff I mean, the amount of stuff I got was a little bit overwhelming too, but that was fun. The thought of swatching all of it in a timely manner was the overwhelming part. You know, I bought a lot of stuff, obviously, and then I got 2 swag bags worth of stuff because my boyfriend got one too. And so I just had so much stuff and I got a little bit overwhelmed by it. I was also still buying nail polish from other places at the same time. So it was just like, it wasn't slowing down, it was only speeding up. I rarely do this. Usually, when I set a goal or a rule for myself, or I say like, I need to have this done or I need to do that, I really struggle to like say, never mind, I'm not gonna do it. If I pick up a book and I start reading it, even if I hate it, I'm like, you have to finish it because you started this book. Like, I'm that type of person that I just can't not do a thing that I set out to do. And in this case, I found myself letting go of the reins of this goal and just saying, never mind. I'm not gonna do it this year because I've let it get so far away from me, I just can't. And I know that sounds like me, like a cop-out, but I'm serious in saying that this was actually a good thing for me. So even though I failed, what I learned was sometimes getting all of that stuff, not always the best move. And I also was able to comfortably say, I'm going to drop this goal, I'm gonna shelve it for now. And I didn't feel anxiety or worked up over it, which I usually would. So I felt like that was good for me as well. But I failed it so hard, like so hard. Like everything after Polish and Beauty Expo, like some of it got swatched, but most of it didn't. And finally, number 3, I was going to prioritize wearing untrieds over my like polishes that I've already worn. This is a goal I set like every year just because I want to get through my untrieds. I don't set like a definite number. I just want to see how many I can get. And I would love to see a day where I don't have any untrieds in my collection at all. Or if not, no untrieds, or no like unswatched. Because like for me, I consider untried a polish that hasn't been worn around. If I've swatched it, but then I immediately take it off, like in my head, it's still untried. So I'm filming this on December 21st. Obviously these numbers are gonna be a little bit off, but at the time of filming this, I wore 141 nail polishes. 85 of those were untried. Now my nails are bare right now, so it's gonna be at least 142 nail polishes, but you can kind of see the majority of my polishes that I wore were untrieds. But you can also kind of see that I have a lot of untrieds. I mean, if 85 of the polishes I wore were untried, that's kind of a lot. Overall though, out of my 3 goals, I feel like I did pretty well. Usually I achieve all 3 with flying colors. This year I set one and I just got a little bit spendy on the polish, and so I wasn't able to achieve it. However, 2 out of 3 is still pretty good in my opinion, and I learned lessons from each one. So that's kind of a positive. After PBE though, I knew that I was not gonna achieve the swatch goal. I just knew it. I could feel it in my bones. So what are my goals for 2023? I'm glad you asked. Thank you. I'm setting lofty goals again this year, and these ones will be a little bit more difficult to adhere to, but I also think that they're gonna be really important for me to stick with. So number 1, I just said they're gonna be important, and then number 1 is so frivolous. It's wear every topper that I own. Very lofty, very important goals here. What we're doing in my household is really significant for the future, you know? But in all seriousness, I have a few toppers, okay? Just a few. And I love toppers, and I love to buy toppers, and I love to look at toppers, and they're so fun and interesting. And I'm like, think about how that could elevate your manicure. And then I never wear the toppers. I never reach for them. I never think about them when I'm doing my nails. It's only like later on where I'm like, this one's cute. I know I have more than 100 because this isn't even all my swatch sticks. I gotta sort the rest of them into my swatch rings, but I have a lot of toppers. So my goal is to wear every single topper at least one time in 2023. Based on the numbers, it's gonna have to be approximately 2 or more a week in order to get through all of them. So it is a bit of a tighter goal, but I also wear 2 to 3 different manicures a week on just my hands alone. I got toes too. Not that you're ever going to get to see them, but I do have them. And I could also, in theory, wear toppers on those. That seems crazy though. That's weird. Do people wear toppers on their feet? I don't know. I'm just thinking about removing it and it just seems awful. But the one stipulation here is like, I'm not gonna force myself to wear a full hand of one topper. Like, so for example, if I wanted to do like a Skittle manicure with the Holo Taco unicorn skin toppers, and I did a different one on like 5 different nails, that would count as all 5 of those toppers being worn. You know, they just have to be utilized in a manicure in some way. Goal number 2 is swatch at least, at a minimum, 360 polishes of mine that do not already have swatch photos in my swatch library. That sounds like a ton, but I honestly think that it won't be so bad as long as I stay on top of it. Like I said earlier, I want to have a swatch of every single polish in my collection, like a swatch photo of my hand wearing the polish for my swatch library, and I need to kind of swatch actively in order to make that happen if I want it to happen within my lifetime. That breaks down to 30 polishes a month, which isn't really that big of a deal, especially considering that that's probably what I swatch each month for YouTube videos anyways. So it won't be that hard to keep on track. It's like a little less, I think, nowadays that I swatch for YouTube because my swatch library is built up, but I've done it before and I think that I can keep that consistency as we go through the year. And then the third goal I have is in 2023, I would like to stick to a nail polish budget. The reason I want to do this is because I have other things that I want to buy. I want to spend a little bit more on stuff for my home. I want to go on some more vacations now that that seems more doable. Like, travel restrictions have really lightened up. I hope that I didn't just curse myself with that. And so I want to just try to stick to like a nail polish specific budget that, you know, nothing but nail related stuff comes out of that budget. My other fun money is just for other stuff. But basically what it's going to be is I'm not going to spend more than my channel makes in a month on nail polish. So in January, I'll use my December income. And then in February, I'll use my January income. Like, that's how I budget in real life. Like, all the money that I make for this month actually doesn't get spent until next month. Like, we're on like a kind of like a shifted budget, I guess. I don't know what you'd call that. So this way I can kind of monitor a little bit better, like what I'm spending specifically on nail polish. And it creates like a hard budget for me. You know, if I don't make a lot in a month on YouTube, well, then the next month, I guess I'm not getting that much nail polish, and that's how it's going to go. And if there's excess, I will allow it to roll over because I just want my YouTube channel to be more self-contained in that way, I guess, and like self-supporting. I usually don't want a hobby to be that way. I don't like monetizing hobbies. Like, I have knit and cross stitch and done like handicrafts and things like that. And people are always like, oh, you should sell that stuff. And I'm like, I don't want to do that because I don't want it to become like a job. Like, YouTube is different because I don't know, it just feels a little bit different. And so I don't mind making money off of it because I would just do this anyways. It's not like anybody is like forcing me to make YouTube videos. But like, if I told somebody like, sure, I'll make you some mittens for $50, and then they set their $50 down, well, now we've got kind of like this unspoken contract where I have to make those mittens and I'm on a deadline. But like with YouTube, it's like, I can make a video if I want to, and if I don't want to make it, I won't. So it's a little bit different. I don't know if that made any sense. So yeah, but basically what it's going to look like is all my income from YouTube is what I can spend on nail polish, and that will be like self-sustaining. And then all of my other like fun money will not be spent on nail polish or nail related things. I do have 3 exceptions that I'm setting up right now for this year. And now that way I can dip into my personal funds if I need to and like stray from just the YouTube budget. And that's only if I need to. That's not like an obligation. I'm not saying like you have to spend fun money on this as well as your YouTube money. No. But my 3 exceptions are, in January, I'm going on a fun little nail related trip. You guys will see more about it on my channel later on in January, but I am allowing myself to spend a little bit more on that trip because it's not something I get to do very often. I don't think I'll go over my YouTube budget because December's earnings apply to January, and December I've been doing pretty decent. So I think I'll have enough to cover what I want to buy, but on the off chance I don't, I do want to make that allowance for myself. Exception number 2 is Polish and Beauty Expo. I'm going again this year. I will be a VIP. I will be at the meet and greet if anybody wants to say hi in 7 months. So, there's that. But I mean, I'm not going there and only going to spend like a little bit of money. I want to go there and I just want to go off. So that's always fun. Well, I say always, but I've been once. But it was really fun last time, and I have a better feeling of what it's going to be like, and a lot more people that I know, a lot more of my, dare I say, friends are going to be there this year. So it'll be really fun to hang out with everybody there. And I definitely will probably be influenced by some of them to make certain purchases and vice versa. And finally, my final exception is in September. That is my birthday month, and I like to do whatever I want. I don't like to be super constrained, and I like to treat myself in my birthday month. So yeah, it's not like I'm gonna go insane. I mean, I did go a little bit crazy this year, but it's not like I'm gonna go broke. It's just I'm gonna allow myself to spend personal money on top of my YouTube budget if need be. But yeah, aside from those 3 exceptions, I will only be using my ad revenue, revenue I make from affiliate codes and things like that to spend on nail polish. And so, watch those ads, kids. No, I'm just kidding. You don't have to watch the ads, but it does help if you do. And then just as an aside, this is not an official goal because I feel like I just naturally do this at this point after having it a goal for the past couple of years, but I do still want to keep focusing on untrieds when I'm wearing polish. And so I felt like putting that as an official goal would be kind of a cop-out because it's a habit at this point. But yeah, those are my 3 goals for 2023. I think they're definitely achievable. I just got to stay on top of stuff and, keep myself in check, especially when it comes to spending my own money on nail polish. And so, I mean, I guess it's still my own money. It's just, it came from a different source of income. So yeah, I just gotta be more focused on stuff like that and keep my budget in check and things like that. I gotta make sure that I'm swatching at least 30 polishes a month. And I definitely gotta focus on some toppers. So yeah, I think that it's doable. I think that the hardest of these goals will actually be the topper one, just because I have more toppers than I realize. But if I can, incorporate them in a more than one in a manicure, that will probably help. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought of my goals, and if you guys have any specific nail goals for the year of 2023, or even just your New Year's resolutions or goals in general. I would love to hear from you guys, and I will see you next year. Bye.